Welcome back. Welcome back. Come on in. Get settled, get comfy. My name is Tezra. I am your mental chiropractor where I'm here to help you realign your mind and take back your power. And if you got here through my last video called This Mindset Shift Made Racism Powerless, then welcome. Welcome to this video where I'm here to talk about Tisa Tells and what she's sharing about Kim and Kanye's daughter, North. I don't know if her middle name is West or not, but I'm gonna just stick with North. And before we get started, if this is your first time here, or if you've been here before, one flicker of your finger means the world to my channel. So if you would go ahead and subscribe to my channel, and if you begin to listen to this video and you like what I'm saying or what I'm sharing, please go ahead and give this video a like in order to support my channel and to push a new narrative, an elevated narrative, to push the needle forward. That is what my voice is here to do. So let's jump right into it because y'all, why is my camera refocusing? Why is my camera refocusing? Because I moved? So I just got to stay here like a statue? Oh, okay. Well, I guess we can do that. Anyway, so I meant to get into this in my last video, but when spirit just starts to flow in you, you just have to go with it, right? Sometimes things don't always go as you plan them to go. So it's nice just to be flexible and malleable enough to move as spirit would guide you to move. So that is what happened in the last video. This mindset shift made racism powerless, because this is actually what does it. So if you haven't seen that video, I invite you to go back and look at that video. It's like 23 minutes long, but it's a good video. Y'all, it's a good video. All right, so my beautiful, powerful patients, let's go ahead and jump into Tisa's video. Listen, and before I start, I just want to tell you, first of all, thank you for watching and thank you for being here. I'm a fan of Tisa. I love her personality. I love her quirkiness. I love her dedication. But we all have areas where our minds are trapped, and some minds are more trapped and programmed than others. And when we operate out of that trappedness or programmed ness, if you will, then we don't understand that we are just helping the machine. We are just contributing to the matrix, right? So I just want to speak to that because that's exactly what and I know that we think that we're actually helping to protect the child and to do that, this and that and the other. But actually what you're doing is confining the child. Actually, what you're doing is putting the child into the hands of the systems built, created, designed by the colonials. And what supreme divine energy is calling for now is to obliterate the fucking box. All right. So let's jump into this. And I actually fast forwarded it to the part where I wanted to get to. You can watch the whole video in its entirety, and I'll do my best to remember to put her link into the description. But for now, I just want to just jump into the video because there's probably going to be quite a bit of commentary here, but I don't know, but we'll see. But I do know that this is speaking out of a trapped, programmed mind. Not to say that there is judgment there, because I'm not here to judge anyone. You can continue to believe and think that you want to, but I'm just calling attention to what is happening and what is keeping us disconnected and keeping the cucumber severed from the vine. Okay. And that in and of itself is probably a whole video that perhaps I'll speak on later. Make sure I'm positioned correctly. Okay, y'all, let's jump into it. Let's get to Miss Tisa Tells.
That's the issue that Kim's having. And it's a bunch of issues. And there's multi-layer. And I blame Kim and Kanye for this. Kim has unambiguously black children. I know. The racial cake batter people are going to be like, she's mixed. Don't call her black. She's half white. Don't call her white. I get it. But to the world, if you don't know who she is, and she's walking in the mall for friends, you're going to say, look at that cute little black girl. All of Kim's kids are unambiguously black. All of them.
Okay. So is what Tisa is saying that we should acquiesce to what the world is saying instead of having the world adapt to us, because it's possible. And see, this is where I'm talking about when we don't realize the power that we have within us. We can have the world bend to our whims instead of thinking that we have to bend to the world's definitions, boxes, or whatever. That's not how this goes. That is how the colonials programmed it and set it up to go. And that is where you abject your power over and give it over to them. See, this is how this happens. When you feel like, well, when my kid goes out in the world, this is how the world is going to respond to them. Instead of teaching, coaching, empowering your kid to know that you are the all-powerful. So whatever you say is how the people need to respond to you. However you carry yourself, however you see yourself is how people are going to respond to you, because it's true. People respond to your frequency that you are vibrating on. And so if what Tisa is suggesting here is that for Kim to condition North's mindset to acquiesce to the world, to give in to the world and how the world is going to see her, instead of her owning her own identity, instead of her owning her own mindset, that's the danger. And that's why we can't get further than what we've already made it. And you know what? I want to believe that we've gotten pretty significantly further than where we came from. And the thing about it, though, is, y'all, everything is spiritual. Every single thing is spiritual. Nothing happens by happenstance. Nothing happens by mistake or coincidence. Okay? Nothing happens by coincidence. So everything that is happening is based on an energetic vibration. So with Tisa, what I see here, what I'm identifying here, and my observation here is that what she is telling to Kim is to go with the status quo. Have your daughter to go with the status quo. First of all, their financial class alone exempts her from the status quo. Let's not get it twisted. Okay. So, so let's continue. Oh, sorry.
And they're beautiful kids. But see, the issue is, I don't think Kim is prepared to parent an unambiguously black woman, little girl, and raise her to be a woman in today's day. Kim still vacations out in wherever it is, Iowa, Utah, wherever they have their time, which is one of the strongholds of the Aryan nation. And it is very alt-right leaning, and it's very religious and conservative Christian. But Kim takes her kids there every summer because it's the most beautiful place on earth. And Kim thinks that because this is the way Kim mind works, Kim doesn't care whether you're black, white, blue. As long as you got that green, baby, we can make everything sing. Which is, I guess, a good way to happen. Kim is a classist. She wants to be among the elitists, but she doesn't care about skin color. And Kim assumes that everybody thinks like her. See, Kim doesn't realize that there are some people.
Okay, so Kim thinks that everybody should think like her. Well, everybody should think like her. Because really and truly, let me ask myself this question. What can my skin actually do? Can my skin drive a car? Can my skin pass a test? Can my skin fly a plane? Do you see where I'm going? It's just skin, y'all. It's just skin. It's not a determinant of anything. The only thing that is determinant of the skin is a mindset about the skin. So Kim, being a fit mother, she is not going to put her children in danger. So Tisa is talking about, Iowa, wherever they go, that is of the Aryan nation or whatever. Listen, if Kim does not vibrate on that frequency of fear, then Kim is good. I went to Louisiana, and I love New Orleans, by the way. And so my girlfriend, there was a Confederate flag where there was a flea market. And she was like, girl, I wouldn't go to that flea market down there. It's a bunch of, I don't know what she called them, and you see that big ass Confederate flag out there. And I was like, oh, that looks like a place for me. Because I love to exercise this wherever I go. Because I no longer vibrate on that frequency of the division determined by skin and the melanin level in the skin. I no longer vibrate there. So I went there, and I probably was the only melanated person in there, but I conducted myself as if I was supposed to be there. Wherever I am, there I belong. That is one of my mantras. Wherever I am, there I belong. So I went, and I was treated just like a customer, like everybody else inside the flea market. Because at the end of the day, they set up their tables and their businesses for transactions to do sales, right? So they don't care how they may have felt about me inwardly. I don't know, but it's none of my business. Outwardly, I was treated just the same as any other customer there because of the energy that I brought to the table. Have you ever heard of Daryl Davis? If you haven't heard of Daryl Davis, I highly encourage you to look Daryl Davis up. He's a jazz musician. But Daryl Davis was really inquisitive about this whole KKK and the whole mindset and this, that, and the other. And so, long story short, he ended up acquiring 100 KKK robes that was voluntarily given to him, rather. He had a whole closet full of them because he went and infiltrated their circle just so he could learn, like, why do they have this belief that they have? And when they actually got to sit down with a person that they vehemently hated and learned, like, holy shit, like, there actually is very little difference between us other than our skin. And 100 Klansmen ended up giving their robes to him. It's a beautiful story because Daryl Davis does not subscribe to the vibration that they are working from. See, you have the power to change the world, but if you just sit back and just accept and subscribe to what the narrative is, then you get what you get. Whatever goes along with that narrative, whatever is in alignment with that narrative, and it goes very deep, y'all. It goes very deep because the universe is just reciprocating the energy that is given out. And if the energy is amplified, by the collective, then so is the experience and the response, because the universe does not lie and the universe does not know the word no. So therefore, the louder the collective energetic frequency is, or the bigger, the more amplified it is, the more that the matching vibrational experience is. For all the world to see, it's on the stage for all the world to see, to say, yes, this is true. Here's your matching vibrational experience to your energetic frequency collective. Okay, so what Tisa is encouraging Kim to do is to have her daughter go ahead and fit herself inside this, fit her beautiful self, her creative, expressive self inside of this little teeny tiny box that the world is going to see her in. No, it is the exact opposite. You obliterate the fucking box and you show the world who you are, and the world will acquiesce. That is how this goes. Okay, let's continue.
people that will look at North and her skin color and treat her as a woman instead of a 12-year-old girl. She doesn't realize there's a whole...
They're not going to, sorry, y'all. I need an assistant. I really need an assistant. They're not going to treat her as a woman as opposed to a little girl because of her skin color. They're not going to do that. They're going to treat her as a woman as opposed to a little girl because of how Kim is evolving North and has been evolving North since North was a little kid. Like North is really probably the only kid that we really ever see of what were they calling them? The Kimye tribe. Maybe I just made that up. I don't know. But North is really the person that was put forth on stage for the world to see. I think they have 4 kids. I've never seen the other 3 kids. So the reason why the world is going to treat North like a woman is because North is taking up the platform as a woman. North is not being presented as a little girl. North is like reading her mother, telling her mother what she would wear, what she should wear, what does or does not look good, criticizing her mom. Is very harsh, and sometimes Kim's feelings really get hurt. But who could do that? Who does that? A girlfriend, a sibling, not necessarily a child. So let's not dwindle North down more and more and more to the melanin level in her skin and giving that more power over that which resides in her. I hope y'all are tracking with me. My beautiful, powerful patients, I hope you're tracking with me.
Whole media system, a whole society, a whole cultural system that she's actually supporting that objectifies and hypersexualizes little black girls.
Okay, I want to know, what are the examples of that? We've had Tootie. I'm just coming from my childhood, y'all, so I'm really going to date myself here. So, just bear with me. We had Tootie. We had, what was Raj's little sister's name from What's Happening? I can't remember her name. We have her. We have Regina King when she was on 227. We have, y'all help me with some other young melanated characters, but how were they sexualized? Like, I want to know who she is talking about. So if we're talking about videos, like the hip hop videos or the trap videos or whatever that objectifies, because that's really the only place where women and young girls get objectified is in our own culture, mind you, is our videos, our songs. I really can't think of anything else. If y'all can think of other scenarios or examples, please feel free to leave me a comment, and also leave me a comment about what you think about the topic of this video and also the topic of my last video. This mindset shifts made racism powerless. Sorry, y'all. Okay, so let me know what you think. But if you could think of other examples of where women are objectified, especially melanated women of the African diaspora, if you can, empaths, if you can think of other examples or other areas where women are objectified, young girls are objectified and sexualized outside of the videos and the lyrics to a song, then please, by all means, let me know.
That when you're 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, oh, you wanted it. Go cover it up. Why you dress like that? Why? Instead of somebody, Taylor Swift can be a little girl and pretend like that till she's 35. Somebody that looks like North at 12 years old, you always have to be cognitive of the way, thank God, not all people, but the way some people will perceive you. And unfortunately, the way these
Sorry, but again, I'm sorry, there's a slight echo before I discovered that I have to mute my mic when I'm playing sound from another video. So y'all, please just bear with me. I am a new YouTubey baby. And I'm working it out, y'all. I'm figuring it out. So I really, really, really appreciate y'all taking the journey with me on this learning curve. I truly, truly appreciate it. It means so much to me. But anyway, thank you. But like I was saying, but what you don't understand is that it's not just stop putting this on little quote black ink quote girls, because it happens to a lot of girls. Like when we talk about the whole Epstein saga, all of those little girls were low melanated, that was objectified, that was sexualized, that was trafficked. All of those little girls were low melanated. And the thing is, for me, Tisa, it's like you have these old ideals stuck in your head, and you have a beautiful big platform, but you have to be aware that these ideals are not, those are old earth. And now that we're moving into new earth, those are not really sticking and staying like they did in the old earth, because now the divine timing, this divine era is demanding and requiring something new, something elevated. We're breaking out of that. This is where everything that was done in the dark is really coming to the forefront of the light right now. So, just like when you said with the whole Wendy and Eddie, Happy Eddie, you said that it was all Eddie's fault. And anybody could look at Eddie and know that he did not dream this scheme up all on his own at all. Let me tell you something. Wendy is an alpha female. So she wasn't just sitting back and like, oh, okay, Happy Eddie, honey, let's go ahead and do the fraud. No. So that is the constantly making the quote black in quote female the victim. And we're not relegated to being the victim. We're not. Don't strip our power away by relegating us to being the victim. There are certain areas where a person may be a victim, but you're only victimized once. After that, it is up to you. I've been victimized more than once, but I allowed myself to be victimized in that particular scenario one time. And I took responsibility for whatever it is in my life, how I may have contributed to it, how I may have attracted it, or whatever the spiritual contracts that were associated with that. And I made sure that that would never happen again. And it hasn't. And it won't, because I have taken full radical responsibility for my life. So what I am saying is that just like with Wendy, just saying, oh, Eddie put her up to it. And then, saying that North is going to be sexualized and objectified. That's not necessarily true unless Kim's mothering and her energetic frequency influences North to be that. Then yes, that is going to be North's experience, her lived experience. Because remember, the universe will not make you a liar, and the universe does not know the word no. There's always going to be a matching experience for any energetic vibration that you're on. That's why it's very important to know always where we are vibrating. And when we become conscious of knowing where we are vibrating, then that becomes our new default. So then you don't have to work as hard at it, because it erodes the old subconscious, and it lays a new foundation for your new subconscious. And so you're automatically just vibrating on a higher frequency by default. I know, I've done the work, and the work is never ending. The work is never ending. Okay. So that's why it's not for the faint at heart. But if one is really, truly committed to obtaining their liberation in this physical life, then if it means that much to you, then you will do the work. And when you do the work, let me let you know something. The reward, money can't buy. There's no amount of money that can match the reward that you get for doing the work of freeing yourself by realigning yourself with your own sovereignty, your own divinity.
Some people they are in control of the media. They're in control of the courts. There's some of the people that are close to some of Kim's best friends. Black children are treated differently than when you're not. There is a hypersexualization, but there also goes into the thing of control, right? They want to control Black bodies. And I don't want to hear, oh, not only. Yeah, I know. But I'm just trying.
I did it again, y'all. I am so sorry. I really need a assistant. So if you heard echo, girl, listen. I'm sorry. That's all I can say is I'm sorry. Okay. So yes, Black children are treated differently than, she didn't want to say, quote, white, end quote, children. But she said, then not, this is true. If that's where you get down, if that's a narrative that you subscribe to, then it is true. And if you don't subscribe to that narrative, and then like there is this cute, okay, I'm gonna try not to make this so long. I'm gonna try to land my plane here. There's this very cute video where it's this beautiful, I wonder if I could find it real quick. Y'all, can I find this real quick? Let me see. But anyway, let me see. I'm gonna try. It was this beautiful little chocolate melanated. Oh my God, she's so yummy, y'all. And she's talking to her mom. She's talking to her mom, and here it is, y'all. Okay, listen, we're gonna watch this really quickly, and then we're gonna get back, and I'm gonna wrap this up, because if you subscribe to your child is going to be treated differently, then your child is going to be treated differently. But if you teach your child that they are just as valuable, worthy, and powerful as anybody else, why? Because they are a spark of the divine, just like anybody else, then your child will know how to navigate when people are trying to treat them differently. Your child will know that has nothing to do with them, that it has everything to do with them, like the child, but it has to do everything with the person and how and what they think, which does not matter. It does not matter what they think about me. I don't care about your opinion about me. Kobe Bryant, I'm gonna say this quote, and I hope I get it right, and then we're gonna go to this video. But Kobe Bryant says, you cannot stop people from trying to limit your dreams, but you can stop them from making it a reality. I don't care what people think about me, as long as I know who I am intrinsically, and I have been given and supported that and cultivated that love within me intrinsically, then fuck what you think. And everybody will respond in kind. So no, Black, quote, Black, end quote, children are not treated differently. They are trained, indoctrinated to believe that they are treated differently. Because let me tell you something, a person, now I was telling this to my husband today, and this is an ancient Eastern philosophy teaching. In a story, I know y'all, just bear with me. If you have stayed with me this long, I thank you so much. I thank you so much, because this is really something that we need to talk about. This is the new information that we need to be hearing about. This is like Valerie Love. If y'all have not checked out Valerie Love, those are the type of voices that are now coming forth to push us in the direction of love and light and empowerment. We're coming from the old patriarchy, and we're now going into the divine feminine. Okay. So there is an old tale that says that, there was a new student who came to a class, and this was the weed out course. Okay. The weed out course is when you go to college, and this is the course that mostly everybody flunks. It weeds out the people, the overachievers or the high achievers against everybody else. And so this course is going to be, like the exams. Everybody's going to fail this exam, and everybody knows it. And they share this throughout the campus. Like, yo, if you take Professor Junkie Junk's course, that final is going to kick your ass. You're going to fail that final. And all of the students fail this final. But if you are new, and this is a tell, the new student did not have a chance to hear about how hard this science experiment was to conduct. Everybody in the class did the science experiment and failed or close to failed. That's what they got. That's the score they got. They got an F or a D. The new person did not know about it. They didn't know how hard or how difficult or how challenging that this experiment was supposed to be. So they passed it. The student passed because why? Because they didn't vibrate on that frequency. They didn't know. They didn't know that this was like one of the, so it didn't have a chance to seep into the student's mindset for the mind to say, this is a super difficult exam or experiment, and therefore we're probably going to fail. And then 9 times out of 10, the student does fail. I hope you're tracking me. So if we are telling our children that, yes, you are going to be treated differently, then that's how they're going to walk in this world. In the back of their mind, in their subconscious, people are going to treat me differently. And then guess what's going to happen? But if we empower our children and put them on a different frequency, oh my goodness, y'all, I have so many stories, but I don't want to keep us here all night, but put us on a different frequency, that they're going to have a different lived experience. Okay, so let me, I want to just share this little story with you really quickly. It is so sweet. Give me 1 second, y'all. I'm sure y'all have seen this.
So what did he say?
He said, I don't like that hair, it's crazy. And I said, my mommy made it. If you don't like it, I'll keep it for myself.
Good girl, Daddy. Oh, baby, I'm so proud of you. You stood up for yourself. That's what matters. What matters is that you like it. It's your hair.
Mm-hmm.
Good. I'm proud of you, though. Thank you. Good job for standing up for yourself, okay?
And that's what it is. Ladies and gentlemen, that is what we have to teach our children. To embrace their beauty, no matter what it looks like. No matter if it's the kinky hair. No matter if it's a darker skin. Oh, y'all, I hope that didn't echo too bad. Erg. Okay, so let me get back to Tisa. And we're going to wrap this video up. But basically, I think you've all seen where I'm going with this. But the fact that she is going so hard with this very limiting, and I'm not saying as in criticism of her, but I'm talking about this. Look at how the mind is programmed to fit right into the colonial's plan, the system's plan. If you watch that video that I did last, it's not systemic racism, it's a systemic mentalism. Because as long as your mental is programmed into the racism narrative, then yeah, that is going to be your lived experience. Okay, let me keep going. Y'all, this can be a very long video.
I say what's going on. They also want to control black bodies. So when North wants to do anything groundbreaking, she wants to do this, she wants to do that, they are going to come down on her like Kingdom Come and try to crush her.
Okay. So I think that's enough. I think that you get the point of what I'm saying. So what I'm saying is that for Tisa Tells, like I said, I'm not here to judge. You vibrate where you vibrate, but I'm just here to shed light on the programming, on the conditioning of the mind, and that we have to be very careful not to imprison one another, because right now that's what the work has already been done, has already been laid. The messages have been spread through mainstream media, through corporate media, and so now they just leave it to us to continue to do the work. Like, now it's a well-oiled machine. So It is up to us to make sure that the words that we say are not fortifying the mental prison bars. And so the words here that Tisa is saying and offering to Kim is only fortifying, or no, it's not even fortifying, because there are no prison bars there. If they're not surrounded by, it's not based on the melanin level of one's skin. I'm sure that Kim has other mental prison bars, but it's not that. But now what Tisa is doing is she's starting to form the mental prison bars for North according to the melanin level in North skin, which is what the system wants. It is what the matrix feeds off of. That is the type of the energy that the matrix feeds off of. And so it is time, the time is here for us to release our minds, to take back our minds, to realign our minds to sovereignty, to divinity, because the social construct, the man-made construct, is all based on this. But when you realign yourself with supreme divinity, God, source energy, whatever it is that you refer to it as, it is actually that which cannot be named. So when you realign yourself with that, this has nothing to do with anything. All right. So you take back your power. So I thank you so much. If you enjoy this type of content, you please go ahead and subscribe to my channel. Like this video. One flicker of your finger means a world to my channel. And I really appreciate you watching. And I don't think I have a video after this, but you can always go to my channel and look at other videos. But I certainly look forward to seeing you in the next session. Okay? Remember, be empowered, stay empowered.